I
Hi,
think
audible.
now the last time we were audible, maybe you can increase the volume on your computer. But nevertheless, we hear you.
Hello.
Yes, now you're audible.
Okay, how is everyone here? Are we doing good? Okay, I think I'll start. Um, First I'll begin with a scenario that we had some weeks back. Mr. V, and I don't know what really happened to our attendance in Rise Up. So for that matter, I noticed that we were taking attendance before our online sessions, but it's like there is a rag for now, which actually gave me a vision to come up with this sign in on Eth. And okay, this is a proof of participation
Na
app
ka
where
volume okay.
online attendance is taken.
Ka volume
For
ka
example, in this case, we are having classes online, and then you realize that so many times that attendance is forgotten, or would actually fail to track the attendance of each of everyone's progress, or even why not make it fun and speed it up or increase regular engagement from each of the students. Okay, people movement. I think you're saying goodbye to our visitors.
So go. Okay, yeah. Yes, please.
Hello everyone, sorry about that. So I was saying that we're having an attendance on Rise Up that realized it it kind of got a rag and we're no longer taking it. But this is a point where we all need to track attendance from the online session where different records on what we've actually so far built. Realize that this week it has been a week of showcasing what everyone has done for their project, and so I literally came up uh, with with a sign in on this where where initially uh, 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 okay, someone, if it's a student and their attendance is to be tracked, the system automatically connects connects them connects their wallet through the address. So let me share my screen and present what I'm talking about.
the screen. Okay. I have volume. Hello.
Yes.
Maria. Um, Maria, I can't see your screen. Like, I can't see your screen, Maria. Gwe, bwete eri bulungi nga siraba email zaayo eri endala akawunti gyenkugamba email zaayo
esiiyo lwaki ogamba
enki
akawa
yiyo
nakira siyo no ninakozesa kyeru email gmail
kinaba kugattako nini
naye akawunti eyinkwasiyaisayindi munati
sobola gisayininga in wano nalenjejemu
kimbadde nnoonya nti mpozi ekirala kyoyinza okukola ogenze eno kumala gabikula selectinga wano endala wano oyinamu bbiri giteekemu
ogisayininze out
sinaba
Hello. Mariam, can you hear me?
eyo
can hear you.
Yes,
Hello?
so we can see your screen, and
Yeah. Okay,
I
sorry
saw on
about
the
that.
other
I think
screens
it
when
was
you were
a network
sharing the
issue.
VS Code.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to
No,
resume.
no, we can see it, but when you shared with the VS Code, we could see the private key. Hopefully, that account you don't. It's the one for developing because your private key was just there. Hopefully, they are not recording. If it's your account, you can cut it out before you upload to YouTube. That one there.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, it's the end of testing, so it's okay. We shall cut it out from the recording. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So, I came up with a sign in on Eth. I realized that even in the previous sessions, remember we were using Rise Up and Mr. V, and I really don't know what happened. Mm. So we stopped having or keeping track on what we've actually done, or even the attendance of each student in our cohort. So this is why I came up with a proof of participation which tracks attendance. Yeah, so for this case, let me take you through what I came up with. Initially, you're welcome to the session, and then when you try to connect, the system is going to fetch through your the system is going to okay you're going to be connect a user is going to be connected through their wallet, and that is by their address. So the system requires me to the fill in the different fields, and in this case I'm going to fill in my name, my session number, and then enter your wallet address. So I also realized that yes, like keeping attendance is okay, but why don't we make it more fun, actually, to even speed up or increase irregular activity? So that is why I also came in with an idea of gifting or actually rewarding a student within this case. For example, I if I sign in, or if I'm having attendance of a session as my event, I'll be sure that I'll be gifted with some tokens, maybe to push me up for the rest of the sessions, or do my practices later, or I would find it engaging since I have some tokens gifted to me. Yeah, and in this case, they're going to be the testnet. Yeah, so if I fill in my name, then the session number, for example, session, let's say 24. Is it session 24, Vian?
Um, I think we can go with
Think we
session
can
24.
go with
Okay, let it just be an example. Then enter your wallet address. I copy my wallet address and then fill it in. I'll have to
the
register
attendance. When I
the
register the
attendance.
attendance,
When I register the attendance,
means that
means that
the system is
the
the
system
system
is
is
the system is
okay. A message is being signed
okay.
on
A
the
message is
system, and
being
it says,
signed on the
"I
system, and
Maria,
it
I'm
says,
registering
"I Maria,
attendance
I'm
for
registering
session
attendance for
session number 24."
session number
Then if I
24."
confirm,
Then if I
I'll be
confirm,
able to claim my
I'll be
token.
able to claim my tokens.
And also, if I claim token,
And also, if I claim
there is
tokens,
also another alert
there is also another alert
that says
that
I'm claiming
that
tokens for
says
my
I'm
attendance.
claiming tokens for my attendance.
And it also confirms.
And it also confirms.
Yeah, so that's what I had to present.
Yeah, so that's what I
Thank
had
you.
to present. Thank you.
Any
Yes,
questions?
Maria, that was wonderful. I was requesting
Yes, Mwandes?
if you
Yes,
can take us
Mwande.
through the code, how you implemented it, because yeah,
How I implemented the code.
How I implemented the code.
nga kali akafaananyiko wabusiri just oba women in wabusiri oba
Okay.
kozesa gundi tugenda kakolako.
Okay, first
First
I had to write my
I
smart
had to
contract.
write my smart contract.
And the main thing there,
And
I was the
the
owner,
main thing there, I
and
was the
No problem.
owner,
I had to have
and
an
so I
access
had to have an access
Women in
and
Web3
access
groups are
control
there.
creation
on
Women in
creation
Web3 groups are there, kati
of
olina
creation of
okunoga
tokens. Yes,
so
so
kiraga abafirika.
I'll start by showing you in Solidity. Yeah.
Can you view my screen?
Can you view my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I created
Yeah.
Solidity
Created
file,
Solidity file,
which I called Pro
which I
Token.
called Pro Token.
Yes, I created a Solidity file.
So I created
and
a
then
Solidity file, and then
the front end, the back
the
end.
front end, the back end.
So I realized that I had to
So I
connect
realized
them
that I had to
fully
connect
to
them
come up
fully,
with
come
what I
up
really
with
showcased today.
what I really showcased today.
Yeah. So I don't get it. You
But
want me
I
to
don't get it. You
explain
want me
this
to
like the
explain
solidity
this
file,
like
the
the
smart
Solidity
but
file, the
because
smart con
this is what I
because
used to write the
this
smart
is what I used to
contract.
write the smart contract.
Yeah, we would appreciate an explanation, please.
Okay.
Okay.
So the main thing here
So the main thing here
was the
was
creation
to was
of
the
the
creation
token
of the token,
and the
and
creation being
the
restricted
creation being
to the
restricted
owner.
to the owner.
When you look at my
When you look
line
at my
9,
line 9,
I have
have
constructor,
constructor,
then
then
ERC token, then
ERC
participation
token, then
token,
participation token,
and then its symbol
and
being
then its symbol
hearts.
being heart.
Yeah, so line
Yeah,
11
so
says
line
mint
11 says
owner,
mint owner,
then 1 million
then
tokens
1
for
million tokens
distribution.
for distribution.
Then I also have a function to
Then I
reward
also have a function to
participants.
reward participants.
Yes, you realize
Yes,
that I talked about
you realize that I talked
what
about
happens if
what happens
what happens if us
what happens if us
let's say a student
if
who is to
let's say a
attend the
student
session,
who is to attend the session,
what happens if they register?
what
Meaning they
happens
will
if they
have
register?
some
Meaning they'll
tokens
have
to keep them
some
up in
tokens
the
to keep
practice.
them up practice, probably for the other work, or yeah, like you reward them with some test nets to keep that up. Yeah, so this is my solutions file. So the other was the front end. This is what I came up with. Let me take you to the part that the part where I have to fill in my API, and then the token contract, the token smart contract. An option of constant token contract address. So this is where I had to replace the token contract address. And where do we get it from? Because when you look at line 20, there is constant token ABI. So you simply come to your remix if you want the ABI, or simply the token smart contract address. Simply come to remix where you write your smart contract. For this case, that allows distribution of the tokens, or actually minting of the tokens. Uh, to realize when you compile, remix browser, there is ABI somewhere. So you're going to copy this code and then replace it in your back end where it's required to fill it in. And then let me see what happens when I try to deploy. First, you have to make sure that you're deploying under an injected provider, and in this case, it's MetaMask. Yeah. So when I deploy, gas estimation failed. Gas estimation error with the following message: the transaction has been declared, will likely fail. You want to post send it. I guess the error is that I do not have enough support. Yeah, let me check if I can get some. So the then one, if I can forward anyone my wallet address and then you help me out.
You actually forgot to send me your wallet. Please send it.
Yeah. Send it and you bail me out.
Can you share it in the message?
Oh yes. Okay. Let me share it in the chat. have shared, Manuel, I'm waiting. And so you people as I wait for some Sepolia, I don't know if Rian talked about going to X and then do some liking and then retweet, repost, because we've actually had some guests to Marcus has started. I think no, I'm having some echoes. Manuel, have you shared some? Discord chat. Yeah, so you can use the minutes for Twitter, repost, like, yeah. We hosted some great people. We got different advice. For example, I had to show Mr. Jovan this thing that I've come up with, and we got an additional advice that uh, why wouldn't I add some features like, okay, if it's a session and you're tracking someone's attendance, why wouldn't I add that part where a person provides their GitHub? Yeah, and if any of us is interested in, not even interested, but if any of us is willing to see what any of us has used, we just go. You you just have the ability to view what they've really done on app, and this will be through the proof of participation. Yeah, through this decentralized app. Yeah, so basically that's. Well, I'm waiting. Have you shared? Okay. Let me go back to remake. Yeah, so this is a participation token. So I will definitely copy this address so that I fill it in my back end. You see line 19. This is where you fill it in, the one that says your token contract address. Basically, that's the logic. And yeah, besides that, Mr. Vian, I have some questions also.
Um, all right, all right.
Yeah, so while I was doing this thing, remember the attendance and everything I really recorded. Yeah. If a message is signed onto the system, then how do I view that the records that I've made? because I thought about it being on Ether scan, but we're still building. I don't know if that's the right thing.
Um, okay, I really don't know. It depends. For example, if you want to, you could choose to store this information in database, like maybe among DB, or you could choose to store the data on chain, depending on the expenditures. Because these days, it is cheap to store, this data if it is on a layer two. So yeah, it can work as a proof of attendance. Yeah, I think that is it. The idea is good, but of course there are those, things that you should put into consideration. But overall, the data can either be kept on chain. That means that you need to have a provision for it in either your smart contracts, or it can be stored in a database.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, with that,
Yeah, with
with
that
that presentation,
that
any
presentation,
questions?
any questions for me?
Um, I have a question. So if you want to
Yes.
contribute, probably want to add something in terms of code, where do we find the code?
Actually, thank you so
Actually,
much
thank you so
because
much
it's literally
because
the next
it's literally the
activity on
next
my agenda
activity
for
on my
today.
agenda
I'm
for
going
today.
to push this
I'm
code
going to
to
push this code
GitHub
to
and
GitHub,
then
and then
I'm going to share
I'm
in
going
the
to share in the decentral code
Telegram group.
Telegram
Thank
group.
you.
Thank you.
All right. You could also share it here in the chat. When you share something in the chat, someone can easily come back and copy from there.
Okay, actually,
Okay,
I don't
actually,
know if it makes
I don't
sense,
know if
but
it
I
makes
had
sense,
already
but I
created
had
a
already
repository
created a
here.
repository.
So yeah, you can share the repository here. Then when you push, we shall just follow.
All right,
All right,
let me do that.
let me do that.
Yeah, Mariam, I have another question. Could you talk about how you customize those messages that came?
Are you going to the
Mm. Um, I heard him ask, how did you have those custom messages?
How do I
How do
what?
I what?
Customize the messages.
Customize the messages.
I think that was his question, but I could be wrong. So that's what I heard.
Am I audible?
Yes, Monday you're audible.
Yes, Monday, you're audible.
Yes, I was. How did you customize those messages that came with the sign-in? Like before you confirm the sign-in, it shows that I am attending this, something like that. attending this, something like that.
The ones that are added, the ones that the ones that come up with at MetaMask.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah, those ones.
Oh man. Can you see my line 70? Manje. Hello?
Angabigwa kyaddako omutunulamu so I think probably for how to generate those, it's good enough that she has said she will, share some of the code for us to maybe develop further. There have been all those questions like maybe how to make sure somebody does not attend twice because they want more tokens, and very many things, adding dashboards. But I think overall this is a very good idea. It is a very good implementation to have a smart contract deployed, having the ABI, and then a front end that connects to a wallet address and then has all this signing. So yeah, for me, I'm excited. I'm waiting to look at the repository, see what we can add. And also on that note, I think Bwete Mike also put up his GitHub. Let's develop the culture of growing, what people are building, probably contributing on them, not letting the ideas, stop there. I'm personally excited about this because I think we can use this for on-chain registration. Recently, I was seeing Mr. I of Web3 Bridge talking about them having such a thing. But yeah, I think even if not that, we can. I'm very much willing to contribute to it and see it grow into a real product that we can use here at Decentracode. Yeah, so I'm waiting for the GitHub. Probably I will have a lot of conversations with Maria. Boite, did you also put your NFT? I had Manuel wanted the link, so you can put the NFT link in the chat.
The chat.
Yeah, in the chat, in the Discord, so that we can keep that fire burning. Probably I could work on the back end or some smart contract. Yeah. So, other questions? Otherwise, for me, I'm really I'm very very, yeah, grateful for the yeah, for the progress that we are making.
Yeah. Is it okay? Can I talk now?
It is very very fine.
I'm personally amazed by the idea because it is um it is very creative in its in essence. Considering all the projects that we've at least done around, I think this is unique in um in its nature, and I believe it has a number of use cases. But I would just love to hear from Maria. What did you envision would be the application of such a project?
Okay. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes, so first of all, I looked at because okay, this does not turn dystopia. Um, I looked at for the fact that we are having attendances uh, in Rise Up, and actually it was I think yesterday during day. Then Mr. Bian was like with an idea what. So that is when I came up with why don't we have an attendance record? Yeah. So like realize that yes, people be attending class and the attendance is very instruct, but how do we speed up or how do we already increase their regular engagement? And for the fact that maybe someone has work, or okay, I wouldn't say that they don't know what platform to get faucets from, but when you have such a thing and a person is part of our class, someone is able to have those, just use them for their data practice. Yeah, and so I think basically that, and on a global scale, I think it is a great use case. You can use it. You can actually use it even for, who knows, online meetings. Yeah, having people sign in on Ethereum. Yeah, so basically that.
Yeah, yeah, I do see the relevance. Otherwise, yeah, I just applaud you for the idea. It's wonderful.